What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Keep It Kula podcast. It is exactly 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Blue Jays versus Dodgers Game 3 of the World Series game has just ended. Wow. I can't believe I'm filming a podcast right now. It's 3 a.m. But I knew I wanted to film this right after the game because everything is still there. All the feelings, all the emotions, everything. If you witnessed this game, you know what we all watched. This game went to 18 innings. This game started at 8:10 p.m. It's 3 a.m. It ended, 2:51 a.m. I think it ended about 9 minutes ago or so. By my demeanor, if you didn't watch this game for whatever reason, if you're a Jays fan, listen, I understand. Maybe you had to go to bed. It's 3 a.m. People have work, people have school, people have things that they got to do early. But if you can tell by my demeanor, I'm not happy because the Blue Jays lost this game. They lost the game 6-5, the bottom of the 18th inning, to a walk-off home run from Freddie Freeman. I don't even know how to start this. I was taking notes throughout the game because I knew I was going to talk about it. Obviously, I didn't realize I would actually need notes to remember what happened in this game because it was 18 innings. 2 games pretty much happened at the same time. Happened in the span of a couple hours. Listen, when there's double headers, we've seen double headers before, right? There's breaks in between. You know to not use your whole bullpen and all your pitchers and all your batters. But this was game 3 of the freaking World Series, and it was not ending. It wasn't. This was one of the most exciting games, I guess I would say, watching it. But also one of this was the most stressful game I've ever watched, right? This is game 3 of the World Series. It's 1-1 so far in the series. First to 4 wins it. It's a best of 7, right? We're in LA. There's a lot of pressure. We had Max freaking Scherzer start it. And then, it was such a great game. Craziness erupted throughout this game. A comeback and big moments where Jays were up 4-2 at one point, and then we lost the lead, and then it was 5-5, and so much happened. And then after, I believe, the 7th inning, or the 6th inning even, no one could score. It was a pitcher's duel. Everyone pitched in this game. Both the Dodgers and the Blue Jays used their entire bullpen. The entire bullpen, where there were possibilities of starters coming in. The Dodgers were thinking about putting Yamamoto in, aka the guy who threw 9 innings in game 2. And the Jays were even considering putting Shane Bieber in, the guy who's pitching tomorrow night. Or sorry, not tomorrow night, tonight, because it's 3 a.m. Let me recap the game. Let me go back and tell you what actually happened earlier in this game. The biggest moment of the game at one point was there was this terrible call on Varsho with Bo at first. Varsho, it was a 3-2, I believe. It was 3-1 to 3-2 in the count. And it was an obvious ball. So Varsho was going to take a walk. And Bo was on first, so he was going to take a walk as well because it was so obvious. It was a ball. And the ump didn't even call anything, I think, because they just thought it was a ball. And then he waits a couple seconds and he calls it a strike. And then they get Bo out at first. That was the worst moment I've seen in a baseball game in a long time. Because, first of all, the call was just absolutely absurd to call that as a freaking strike. And then to even allow them to rule Bo out when it was so obvious that the ump did not call anything. That is not fair to Bo. I understand that he needs to be, we need more heads up on stuff. But it was so obvious. I was so mad. And listen, did that affect this 18-inning game? Yeah, it could have. Hell yeah, because who knows how that inning would have gone. Barger was great in the outfield. I'm going to get to how a lot of our star players did not finish this game off, which definitely played a factor in the loss, I would say. But Barger, great outfield play, threw a freaking rocket to third to get Freeman out to end the inning. It was great. The fourth inning of this game was freaking electric. Kirk hit a 3-run home run, and then Jimenez hit a sac fly for Barger to score from third. The vibes were so high in that inning. Scherzer went just under 5 innings, allowed 5 hits, 3 earned runs, but the only actual runs were 2 home runs that he allowed were from Hernandez and Ohtani. 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. Definitely not his best stuff, but still very solid stuff against a great team. Was pretty happy with what he did, and then I was confident with the bullpen moving forward. Also, the Jays were able to get Glasnow out around the same time as well. He went just under 5 innings, allowed 4 hits with 2 earned runs. Definitely what the Jays wanted to do going into this game was to get the bullpen in, because we know that the Dodgers have a fantastic starting rotation, but a sloppy bullpen. At least that's what we thought. Obviously, it did not go the way we thought it would when Glasnow left the game, but that was impressive at the time. Vladdy also had a huge defensive play on one point. He couldn't make the out at first, threw a dime to third to Ernie to end the inning, so another great heads-up play, great defensive play. We also saw some injuries in this game, and I feel like people forget about it because it happened, I think, in the 7th inning, I want to say, where George Springer left the game with an oblique injury. It was during his at-bat. He felt it right there. He knew his day was done. He left the game. Ty France came in for him, and then I think Schneider then took over Ty France's spot later on, but that put a damper. No one's even talking about that right now, obviously, because we just witnessed one of the craziest this is, I think, the craziest World Series game of all time, or at least tied. So it's hard to remember that, but that sucks that Springer got hurt, and I don't know when he's going to be back, if he's even be back for tomorrow night's game, for game 4 or game 5. I have no idea. We don't know yet. Vladdy scored a huge run that I do want to talk about as well. Bo hit a single. Vladdy from first slides at home. It was extremely close, but with the review, it was ruled safe. Great call from the third baseman coach, who then made some, I don't know, not mistakes later on, but things that could have been costly later on. Sir Anthony then was on the mound at the bottom of the 7th inning, and we were up in this game. And instead of walking Shohei Ohtani, they pitched to him a perfect ball down the middle for a beautiful home run to tie the game 5-5. That was the last run of the game until the bottom of the 18th inning, by the way. But that, at the moment, I'm like, it's crazy. I'm so happy I have these notes, because this game was just, if you watch this, you know exactly. Listen, I'm filming this at 3 a.m. I can't believe I'm filming this. Everyone who I told I was filming, they're like, you're crazy, go to sleep. I'm like, I can't. I love this sport too much, and I'm upset about this loss, but I need to talk about it. So yeah, that Ohtani home run, it was a 1-run homer. Sir Anthony Dominguez threw it right down the middle. Definitely not what I thought we were going to do. The Jays then ended up intentionally walking him the entire game until, I believe it was the last inning. They let him have one more at bat. But yeah, so that was not great to tie up the game. The momentum shifted, definitely, at the bottom of the 7th. Then we have moments where our runners were caught at home. Top of the 9th, tied game. IKF was caught at third base. The inning ended up finishing. We also had another moment where Schneider got out at first as well. Lucas had a beautiful hit. Schneider ran all the way to home, and then he was out. Definitely not a great vibe from that at all. Definitely the vibe shifted a little bit as well, because it was the second time in the game where the runner just kept on going didn't feel like there was a reason. Buck Martinez spoke about it and said that it was the right choice to keep on running to get home. But I don't know. Didn't really love it at the time, obviously, when it happened. Now looking back at it, I understand why it was the right choice of who was up next. I know Vladdy was up next, but he could likely be intentionally walked. But IKF was in this game because, well, I'm going to tell you who left this game and then who came in this game. So we know Springer. I'm going to start from the top of the order. Springer got hurt. Ty France came in after a single. I believe he had Schneider then came into the game and finished off the game, obviously. We then saw Bo Bichette leave the game. Later in the game, IKF came in to run for him. He then obviously went at bat a couple times because we didn't expect this to go this long. Kirky, unfortunately, also left this game. He had a great game, amazing hits, obviously. He seemed to be a little bit hurt, but I don't think it's anything serious at all. They brought in Heineman, which Heineman has not been seen in the postseason ever in his career, so it was his very first time in the postseason. So we were missing Kirk for a lot of this game. And then Barger's taken out for Myles Straw. And listen, I love Myles Straw, but in a game like this where you really need to hit that ball, it was really missing Barger. And I think a lot of people can agree that we felt the absence of these star players, but I really felt it with Barger. For Straw going up there instead of Barger, I really, really felt it. So, looking back at these choices, obviously you wish you can change it, but you also know that you can never predict an 18-inning game and that it would end up like this at all. So then, and we intentionally walked Ohtani at the bottom of the ninth with one out. He then tried to steal and go to second. That was a great play. That was when Kirk was still in the game, and he threw it. And he threw a stunning ball. The game then went into extra innings. That's when we saw the craziness with Schneider getting out at home, and then a lot of controversies over that, obviously. Then bottom of the 13th, man on third with 2 outs. Jays intentionally walk Ohtani and bats, and it worked. Pop-up from Freeman. That was amazing to see. The vibes were really high in that moment in my living room. I'm also really happy that we were supposed to go out for this game. Really happy we stayed home because I would not want to be sitting at a bar or a restaurant watching this game until 3 a.m. Really, really happy to sit at the comfort of our own homes watching this. And then we went into the 18th inning. So as I said, no Springer, no Barger, no Bichette, no Kirk. Every pitcher has pitched at this point. So I'm going to tell you exactly who we saw pitch because we saw everybody. We saw every single person, right? We were even possibly going to see Bieber. So also shout out Justin Bieber for being at the game rocking a Shane Bieber jersey. Really, really cool, by the way. I'm going to tell you who pitched. Oh my God, it's crazy. So obviously Scherzer, we had Fluharty, Varland, Dominguez, Bassett. Oh, Bassett was so good. Jeff Hoffman, so good. Fisher, Lauer. Lauer pitched a lot in this. A lot. Awesome stuff to see from him as well, obviously, because, he was once a starter, as we know. And then to come and absolutely handle this game so damn well was pretty awesome to see. So shout out him for doing great stuff. And then Hoffman, was great. And Braden Fisher. And then Little. Listen, Little was good. Little was great. It's just... he's the last guy out there. His arm's getting tired. And that's when Freddie Freeman hit the home run, the single. I think a lot of people agree where, for some reason, the loss doesn't hurt that much. I don't really know how to explain it. I think a lot of people can agree where... I think a lot of us are a little bit delirious at this point. It's so late. We're all exhausted. Obviously, I do not want to see the Dodgers win, but he hits this ball, and it goes out. It's out, home run, and I kind of just look at the TV. I'm like, all right, what else can you do? We did everything we can. It was the fact that their bullpen was fantastic, and so was ours, right? No one could get anything going. No one could score a damn run. So I don't want to hear any more of the Dodgers have a crappy bullpen, because, oh my God, look at this bullpen tonight. Or the Jays just sucked. Or we just couldn't freaking score any guys after the 7th inning. Definitely a classic. It sucks that it went the other way, but if you stayed up to watch this game, you know that you were a part of history. You were a part of one of the greatest World Series games of all time. This is going to go down in history. I know there's going to be crazy stats coming out soon. As I said, I'm literally filming this right after. I'm trying to check the socials and see everything that is being said. Obviously, a lot of us are concerned about Springer. It says here that he has right side discomfort and is headed for an MRI, as Blake Murphy of Sportsnet reported. Really hoping it's nothing. Really, really hoping he can play. Because knowing Springer, he's going to play. Even if he can barely feel his body, he is going to play. But obviously, he was in a lot of discomfort to have to leave this game. Shout out to the people who went to Rogers Center to watch this game. Rogers Center was doing an amazing thing where they were selling $15 tickets to be able to go into Rogers Center and watch the game on the big screen. I had a friend who was there, was texting with him, and he has work early in the morning, and he stayed until that Freeman homer. Shout out to everyone who stayed, because it was exhausted. Everyone is exhausted. I hope the vibes weren't too low getting out of there. I hope people still enjoyed it. Listen, I'm telling people this, enjoy every second of it. I know it's crazy, but we're in the damn World Series, guys, for the first time in the 32 years, the first time in my lifetime. It really sucks to lose like that, but it also shows you that we can win this damn thing. This is one game, right? This wasn't a game 7. Listen, if this was a game 7, it'd be the worst loss of a sports fan of all time, probably. If this was the bottom of the 18th inning in game 7 of the World Series. But this was game 3. We have another game tomorrow night. Right? We have Shane Bieber against Kento Ohtani. Freaking against Shohei Ohtani, who had a perfect game tonight. That's why we obviously had to intentionally walk him for most of this game, because he was absolutely incredible, right? He's Shohei Ohtani. What do you expect? His full stats were he was 4 for 4 in hits. He was on base a million times as well, intentionally walked. 3 runs, 2 home runs. He was just freaking fantastic. There's nothing else to say about him, right? He's the best baseball player in the entire world. What are you going to do about it? Because there's nothing to do about it. He's the best. But tomorrow night, it's all about, listen, I want to score first. Number 1. I want to make sure Bieber can have the stuff and not have to pitch. I don't want him to be at 80 pitches in the freaking 4th inning, right? We want to preserve our bullpen. I don't know who's even going to be available tomorrow. I think a lot of them, I guess, but no way Lauer is. Lauer practically played a full game. Lauer was so damn good. So damn good. Really, you have to give props to everyone. You got to give props to Brendan Little for going out there, knowing he was the last guy. All the pressure was on him for what he did in Seattle and making those costly mistakes. He was great. You really cannot fault the kid at all for this Freeman home run. Someone was going to do it, and is it really someone that it's so bad on Brendan Little? No, it was just so great on Freddie Freeman. He just hit the right ball. It sucks that we lost this, but I'm still confident. I'm still positive, We witnessed history. We witnessed a classic. We all did this together. It's after 3 a.m, and all of Toronto stayed up to watch this. And you got to give props to that. And series is not over. I'm confident in this team that we're gonna win it still. I am. Listen, Barger's rested. Kirk's rested. Bo's rested. Hopefully Springer's okay. Because if he is, then he's rested too. I'm still going with Jays in 6. Bring it back to Toronto. Let's win it here, guys. Got my postseason hat. Still rocking that. I was trying to get a World Series hat still, but impossible to get unless you're, the first in line. Anyways, craziness. I'm excited to listen to other people's shows tomorrow and podcasts and hear about what they have to say about this game. It's just crazy. There's not a lot of words. I don't even know if this episode's any good to even put out because I'm exhausted. It's after 3 a.m. But I definitely want to get this out for the people and for everyone who enjoys listening to the show and also just wants the real emotions, the emotions minutes after a game. This is what I have for you. And I'm excited for the rest of this series, and I'm confident that the Jays are going to win it. All right. Thank you all for watching. Please get some sleep if you're watching this right now, because I am putting it out right when I'm done editing and all that stuff. Please get some sleep. If you're having an early work day, I tip my cap off to you. Respect to you for staying up and figuring it out. No sleep. I wonder if some people are going to pull an all-nighter, right? Some people have to be up at 5 a.m. for work. It's 3:19 in the morning right now. Props to you guys, everyone who watches this team, right? Still got to enjoy it. As I said, enjoy every second of this World Series, even this brutal loss. Look, the Jays did that to the Dodgers, who everyone thought we were going to get swept by. Went to 18 freaking innings. Go Jays, go. Can't wait for Game 4. Let's get this win. Congrats to the Dodgers for this Game 3 win. Listen, if it was going to be anyone, it's Freddie Freeman, right? Canadian. Great guy. Obviously, wish it was a Jays. Wish was a J. But you know what? Can't do anything about that. And let's get some rest and let's win the next game. All right, that's gonna do it. Thank you all for watching. Good night.